John, how nice a distraction from the Championship and the League. Have a game like this to look forward to against Wolves at the weekend.
Yeah, everyone's looking forward to playing against a Premier League team, you know, Premier League quality, and I think it's a great opportunity to play some of the new lads who we've just signed and see where their levels of fitness are as well.
We had a fabulous game against Newcastle at Ewood last year. How good is it for the club to have the chance to play against top flight opposition in games like this at Ewood Park?
Yeah, listen, Wolves are a real fantastic team, you know, a great history. So, you know, it's a great game for both teams, and, you know, to see the fans at Ewood and supporting the boys against Premier League quality, you know, is really exciting. The Newcastle game last year was a great spectacle, and, you know, we played really well, and, you know, hopefully we can do the same again Sunday.
Probably for both clubs, the league, the respective leagues might be the priority, but does the FA Cup still have that little bit when the game comes around, a little bit of mystique magic about it?
Yeah, 100%. I spoke about how serious we wanted to take the FA Cup when we played it a few weeks ago against Middlesbrough, and, you know, we had a good result, and, you know, we certainly want to take it with full respect again on Sunday, and, you know, the team that will be playing will be very committed and ready to go.
At this stage of the season in particular, you're looking to get victories no matter what competition to help build a bit of momentum.
Yeah, definitely. We've obviously we've been through a real difficult moment with too many losses. We've had a couple of good wins, you know, through that period, and, you know, it's just important we get back to being consistent. You know, we could have easily picked up 3 or 4 more points during the difficult moments, but yeah, we just want to get back and do what we do and get back to basics and pick as many points up as we can.
How big a lift would it give us if we could get a positive result and get through against the Premier League side?
I think it would just be great to go toe-to-toe with a real good Premier League team and get minutes for the players who need it. You know, we'll be able to rest a few players, you know, and then we'll be able to give really important time on the pitch to players which will need it. So, you know, hopefully it'll be a win-win for everyone.
How valuable is that you've got the opportunity to give some of the new signings the chance to get their fitness up to perhaps where you'd want it to be? Yeah,
and what a great game to do that. You know, 3 of the boys played on Wednesday for the 23s, you know, and they got 45 minutes in their legs. You know, obviously we've signed a couple of players who haven't got any game time under their belts, unfortunately, this season. But, you know, their levels of fitness looked okay, and then, you know, they'll get another chance to get a run out on Sunday.
One of those attacking players, we brought in Eustace, we brought in Corley, and we brought in Emmanuel as well. How different a dimension did that trio give us as an attacking unit?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of pace there. You know, there's a bit of guile as well, and, you know, it'll just give us more options off the bench or to start games. And you know, from now to the end of the season, we will pick up more injuries, I'm sure. So it just makes the squad stronger.
Is that the key, to have more options, or as many options as possible from your point of view?
Yeah, I think it was very evident during January with them 9 games. You know, we didn't have many options. You know, players were playing through the red zone, if you want to say that. And, you know, their levels of performances maybe dropped a little tiny bit, but the commitment and desire was still there. And, you know, it would have been great to rest a few of them players during that period. And, you know, hopefully now this gives us an opportunity to, in certain areas, to be able to do that.
I was going to say, as good as it is to give the new boys some game time, is it just as important to sort of take others out of the team for a little bit and give them a bit of rest and keep them fresh?
Yeah, 100%. So, you know, even in the centre-back area, I'd love to have maybe rested one of the 2 who've been playing week in, week out, but, you know, with Dion being suspended, it's difficult to do that. So those 2 will go again, and you know, we have got players in certain areas that we can rest, and you know, it's important that we just get the right balance.
How are we looking on the injury front, John? Are we closer to getting a few more back?
Yeah, Ochan and Sonny are a couple of weeks away now, I think. Harry Leonard's still a few weeks away, unfortunately. So yeah, we're getting the bodies back. Hayden Carter hopefully will be joining in next week as well. So, you know, the squad's coming back to what it should be.
Of those that you said were coming back, Hayden Carter, I think, is the closest. How good will it be to have him back with the group?
Yeah, Hayden's a top player, top young performer, and his performances last year when I came to the club were very, very good. You know, he started the season very well, and unfortunately took a really nasty injury, but the way he's dedicated his life to get back in that gym, you know, it looks like he's put on a lot of muscle as well, but he's also very lean, so, you know, he looks really fit and raring to go.
How frustrating to lose Harry Leonard again. I thought you had a similar situation when you arrived at the football club, got a little glimpse, and then he was out, I think, for a period of time. How big a setback is it for him?
It's a huge setback for him, but also a massive setback for us as well. You know, Harry's levels of performance have been getting better and better. You know, I felt we've managed him really well up to this point, and you know, everyone in the football club's really disappointed that unfortunately he's going to miss another period of time off. You know, up from the squad.
We have had to name a 25-man squad. One of the senior guys in Arne Sigurdsson has not made that squad. How difficult a decision was it to leave somebody of that stature out?
Yeah, no, it was a really difficult decision. Obviously, the club made 3 signings on that last day of the window, and unfortunately, that meant that somebody was going to have to miss out. You know, Siggy's a top player, a top performer. His attitude's very, very good, and you know, it's a real shame that he's had to miss out. Unfortunately, he hasn't been fit for the majority of the season, and I think with the transfer window still open over Europe and in America, you know, it gives him an opportunity now to try and get a contract somewhere for next season.
Do you anticipate that his future is in the shorter term away from the football club then, rather than staying here for the rest of the season?
Again, that's something that you'd have to ask the club about. You know, as I say, you know, Siggy did brilliant in the first couple of games. He was a match winner against Oxford. You know, and it's just a shame that he's been injured ever since, really. You know, his attitude's been very good. He's just getting back to fitness now. You know, he still hasn't joined in with the group, so he's still probably a week away or so. But, you know, it gives him an opportunity to go and get some games, and let's see what happens after that.
Sunday will be 1 year to the day, I think, since you were appointed head coach of the football club. John, how would you sum up the past 12 months?
You know, I've really enjoyed the time here. You know, the start was obviously difficult, coming in a relegation fight, and the way the whole club came together, the fans and the players especially, was brilliant, and you know, they really got us through that difficult moment last year, and to see how the group have now evolved and the style of football that we're playing and how competitive we are week in, week out, you know, it's something that myself and the playing staff are all very proud of.
How different a club does it feel now from 12 months ago?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that you can see the connection with the players and the fans. You know, I think the fans can really see the commitment and how committed every one of them players are for this football club, and you know, that's something that I love at the end of the game, seeing that connection. And home and away, you can see the fans are right behind these great set of players. So you know, that's something that I'm very pleased with.
You mentioned the players, John, but I think you've also built that connection with the supporters as well. We see you go around the pitch with the players as well. What does that mean to you to have that relationship with them? Yeah,
listen, of course you want to be appreciated with the work that you do, and you know, it's you know, Blackburn's a fantastic club, fantastic fan base, and you know, the fans are crying out for success here, and you know, all I can ask for is that if they see that level of commitment that these players are giving them week in, week out, then you know, I know I'm doing my job. I think when you look at you know, at the start of the season, when you're favourites for a relegation and you lose your main man who scores 35 goals, you know, you've got to change your style. You've got to change maybe your approach to get the best out of what players you have. And I think we've done that, and I think we've evolved into a really exciting footballing team who can also dig in. And home and away, they've got a game plan. You know, sometimes it might not be pretty, but it's about getting results. And you know, overall, I think this team have showed they can play any style and go up against any team and be competitive. And you know, up to now, to be 5th in the league after 31 games, I think is a huge achievement.
You look at the team now, does it have your imprint on it? Does it feel like your side now?
Yeah, I think the squad has obviously been stretched, you know, and when you've been missing 2 or 3 real key players at important times, I think the players who have come in have certainly showed that level of commitment and still tried to play the same way. And you know, the most important thing for me is that the squad of players know their jobs and they do their jobs, and you know, I think that's been evident up to now.
Just a final word on Wolves, how tough a challenge will it be? They're obviously a top flight side and not the easiest of seasons, but when you look at them, do you still see a team packed full of quality? Yeah,
a really exciting game for us. I think, you know, to go up against a Premier League outfit, you know, home or away is a really exciting challenge, and be doing it at Ewood Park, you know, on Sundays is something we're really looking forward to.